In this section, we will learn about how to multiply polynomials. Multiplying a monomial and a polynomial. Remember, a monomial is a single term that looks like this: ax to the power n. A is any real number, and n is an integer. Well, actually, n is a whole number. So n could be 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, n cannot be an integer, and an integer means it will allow for negative powers. So we cannot have terms like this. Okay, so to multiply a monomial by a polynomial, by a monomial, we use the distributive property. Okay. This is the monomial. Remember, mono means one, just one term, and this is the polynomial, which is made of three monomials, three terms. So what do we do? As in the figure here, we multiply first by this, then we multiply by this, then we multiply by this term. So 2x4 times 3x squared. 2 times 3 is 6, and x to the power 4 plus 2 plus 2 times 2 is 4, x to the power 4 plus 1. Finally, 2 times minus 5 is minus 10, x to the power 4, there is no x in here, or you can think of it as we have x to the power 0, so it's going to be x to the power 4 plus 0. And that's it. Multiplying polynomials. So you have to multiply a polynomial by a polynomial. So what we do exactly everything we did here for each term in the polynomials. All right, so we treat this as a monomial, and we do the multiplication like we did above, like I said, with each term. Then we treat this as a monomial. We multiply every term of the second polynomial, and finally we treat this as a monomial, and we multiply the polynomial. So first, m cubed times the other polynomial, minus 2m times the other polynomial, plus 1 times the other polynomial. So this reduces to multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. So we do it like we did it above. 2m to the power 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 is 4, m to the power 3 plus 1 plus 3m cubed. Now the second one, minus 2 times 2 is minus 4, m to the power 1 plus 2. Minus 2 times 4 is minus 8, m to the power 1 plus 1. Minus 2 times 3 is minus 6, m. Finally, we multiply this polynomial by 1, so we have plus 2m squared plus 4m plus 3. And now we collect like terms. This is the only term that is raised to the power 5. So we have 2m to the power 5. This is the only term that is raised to the power 4, so stays the same. And now we have this term and this term raised to the power 3. So 3m cubed minus 4m cubed is minus 1m cubed. We have these terms raised to the power 2. So minus 8m squared plus 2m squared is minus 6m squared. And the terms that are raised to the power 1, minus 6m plus 4m minus 2m. And then we have the constant term. Okay, we have only one constant term, so it stays the same, plus 3. This is the result of multiplying these two polynomials. All right. Multiply these two monomials. Okay. This times this, this times this, then this times this, this times this. All right. 5x plus times 5x times 2y, so 5x times 2y, 5x, there is a plus here, 5x times 3, then the other one, minus 6 times 2y minus 6 times 3. 5 times 2 is 10xy. 5 times 3 is 15. Minus 6 times 2 is minus 12. And there is a y. Minus 6 times 3 is minus 80. Same. This times this first, this times this, then we do the x. So minus 4y times 2y. Minus 4 times 2 is minus 8. Y times y is y squared. Minus 4y times minus 3x. Minus 4y times minus 3 is plus 12. And y times x, or x, y, it's the same. Okay, this could be xy, it's the same. Now we do the second term, x times 2y, 2xy, or 2yx. Then x times minus 3x, so minus 3x squared. Now let's look at like terms. This is a term that is unique. Okay, no other term is includes y to the power 2. This is yx, but yx is the same as xy, so these are like terms. And this is a unique term, okay, a singular term. There is no other x squared term. So minus 8y squared, 12 yx plus 2xy, yx is the same, is 14. We can write it xy or yx. Okay, because remember, a times b is the same as b times a. Minus 3x squared. Okay, now we have three terms. So we can multiply this by this first, and then multiply by this. And you can arrange them in any form you like. You can multiply this with this first, then you multiply this. Okay? But I will start from left to right. So this is equal 3x cubed times x minus 2 times 2x plus 1 equals 3x cubed times x. So this is 3x to the 4, 3x cubed times minus 2, minus 6x cubed. This is to multiply this. So we do the same thing. This times this, this times this. Then we do also minus 6x cubed. 3x4 to x, so that's 6x to the power 5. 4 plus 1. 3x4 times 1, so plus 3x4. So this is the first one. The second one, minus 6x to the power 3 times 2x. Minus 6 times 2 is minus 12. X to the power 3 times x to the power 1, so that's x to the power 4. Minus 6x cubed times 1, so minus 6x cubed. Okay, these are the only like terms. 6x to the 5 minus 9x to the 4 minus 6x to the power 3.